On the streets of Wisconsin's capital city, normally bustling with university students and lawmakers, COVID-19 has brought an uncommon silence.
That one avocado bacon on the grill, okay.
At the Fair Trade Coffee House on State Street, owner Thomas Beckwith is trying to stay healthy and keep his business running.
It's been stressful, but we've been very successful keeping the door open. We did not close one day. I've been in the world every day since it started. Like I have some friends that have been at home since this has started, and it's very interesting. The people that have sheltered themselves in their homes, my friends at least, are scared to come out.
But not everyone is content to stay at home. In late April, protesters converged on Madison to call for an end to the lockdown.
We should be allowed to go to work because there's many people who aren't able to provide for their families right now. Yes, they recently got $1,200, but that's only going to go so far.
Democratic Governor Tony Evers says he worries that loosening the stay-at-home policy could lead to a resurgence of the virus. And there are many who agree with him.
You have every freedom in the world in the future. Let's just take care of this virus and get it over with. Quit your bitching about it. You know.
But Republicans have mounted a legal challenge and are seeking to overturn the governor's order closing schools and business. A ruling is expected soon from the Wisconsin Supreme Court. As residents' opinions and emotions run on high alert, the Department of Workforce Development warns that the fund that pays for unemployment claims could run out in just 5 months. Now here, 70 miles east of Madison, is Milwaukee, and you can see parking lots are empty, stores are shuttered, and many of the businesses are bleeding cash.
It's a shock, and then, it's really the ups and downs of the, going through the stage of the depression, the fear, are we going to survive? Are we going to be able to reopen? When we do reopen, how do we survive that?
On the shores of Lake Michigan, Brian Ward owns this downtown Milwaukee steakhouse and several other restaurants in the area.
You hear one thing from the state, and now the county government is saying something different, so it's, when do we get to open is totally up in the air right now.
His establishments have been shuttered for 7 weeks now. He had to lay off more than 300 employees. Over $50,000 of liquor has been taken off the bar shelves. There are no cooks in the kitchen, and dining room tables are still set, a reminder of how suddenly life came to a halt.
We had a day here when they announced the NCAA tournament was canceled. We had a group of 20 that was having drinks, and 15 of them got up and left. They just said, I can't, mentally, a shocking thing, and you lost business.
Road crews are still out, but there are a few others on the streets. Downtown Milwaukee looks like anywhere else right now, and many are struggling to hang on. Restaurants
need a bailout as a whole. There has to be a program set for restaurants. The PPP loan does not work for restaurants, where that's to get people back working, but the businesses that are closed that can't bring employees back, there's nothing you can do. You can't utilize a PPP loan when you can only hire 3 employees back.
Ward thinks there needs to be an 8 to 10 month plan to help restaurants, not just to reopen, but to stay open.
How do we make it in a year from now? And you read the statistics that 40% of restaurants will never open again, and then of the ones that do reopen in the first 8 months, those are going to fail, and that's scary.
Many activists and business owners are calling for a Wisconsin plan for reopening, not a Republican or a Democratic one.
What's your hope for the future, not just 2020, but moving forward after this pandemic?
I hope that I noticed when this first started happening, people were starting to use the word please and thank you. I hope it brings people a little bit closer together and bring some more manners into this world. I knew when I grew up, my mom always taught me to say please and thank you and be polite to people, and I've noticed that that's kind of gone. So I hope people start respecting each other a little bit more and treating people with more kindness.